those magnificent men in their flying machines. They go up to the up, up, they go down to the up, down.
Hello everyone, right. Okay, so somebody asked me and put a comment on when I was making what I call fish plates, but apparently they're called gussets, so I just think it's just strengthening bits for the fuselage. Okay, so I thought I'd show how I make them. So basically, you basically just make one up, you measure it out, colour it to any shape you want really, just like little houses to me. So you get one and they'll all be the same to make it uniform. And on this particular model you need 12, right, to go around the fuse. So as you can see, you've cut one out and you just draw around them all. This is a really thin bit of ply. Okay, and that's what the chap asked, what did I use balsa wood or ply? Because it's definitely ply because it's strong. Okay, and you really need that, right? And you cut it so it's along the grain, not against it. So we'll cut one out just to show you. So use a jig on the lowest setting. Now I'll show you what I do. Let's do that. And then you cut the middle out. One. Use it, I'll break it off, see? Now here's the trick, right? So you've cut out the main bit and you want to check it, if you want to check it, you know, it'll fit. See, it fits lovely. Oh, look at that, just perfect. Now, here's the trick. Because it's so thin, this stuff, right, I'll move a little bit. My camera lady. I can't smell nothing and I can't taste nothing. Lovely, cold. So you got there, and you just get an old pair of scissors, not you're going to use for, just an old pair of scissors basically, and that'll trim it off, you see? And that way, you got it, and you just follow suit for 12 of them. And then you can either white glue it in if you've got the patience, or you can super glue it in using your super glue and your microbond. See what I say? And that way it will stick instantly. And that's basically what you do for them, right? So there's your gussets, as somebody called it, or fish plates, as somebody else called it. Whatever you want to call it, they're just strengthening plates. That's probably the best word to use for that. And no, you don't have to do it like I said in the previous video, but I think it's a must, because if you land badly and you snap the fuse, it's a bugger to fix. So I would say it just gives you that little bit extra strength. It may not, but it might do, but who knows. So anyway, there's enough of it for Mr. Bill Brown. He's doodah. Right, so that's that bit. So as you can see, I've put in the servos. Again, to explain this on the video, it seems a bit mad, but I've just used, like I said before in the previous videos, I'm using what wood I've got. This is hardwood, it's just guy from B&Q anyway, you know, and that's there. And it's in the front because you need as much weight up front as possible, which will come to in a minute, to get the C of G, and I usually find it works and all the planes are built. Okay, so then goes the servos, courtesy of Martin Thompson, right? So I've checked them, they all work, and that, and the rods are here. There are your rods. But at the moment I've just made the rods to the right length, right, to accommodate the elevator and the rudder. Okay, so they're ready to go. And all that is just basically, you have to use the length of the fuse, cut them to what you want, whatever way you choose. Really it's a preference to each piece. I've done it so that the wooden bits are inside the fuse, if you can see. Okay, they sit inside the fuse so they don't catch on anything, and the wires are sitting there. Odd wires, you know, and that'll do that. So that's that bit. Okay, that's that done. Alright, I might add as well, petrol tank, thanks to Martin, is in the front, so you can see loads of space to play with it. Okay, because you've got to also allow for the battery to fit in there and everything else. I'll come to that another day. So now the back end of I've just been looking at this and spent about an hour working it out. So if we go to the picture here, see the picture now? This is the real rudder of the real plane, the real tail stock of the real plane, which if it was quarter scale I'd make it exactly like that, but it isn't. So I'm going to get as near to it as damn it. Right. So I did consider using metal SG wire to get that, but I think the weight at the back would be a bit immense. So what I've done is I've sort of artistic license. On the plan it shows you that way, but on the real planes you've just seen, it's the other way. So I've got pieces of scrap spruce this is. Glued them together so they're nice and that width. Okay, this is what I mean by artistic license. So as you notice now, like I said in the previous video, I've cut the sides, but I've also marked, you see there, look, A and so forth, A, because no matter how good you make the fuse, each side's going to be slightly different. So there you go, A fits into a tree. This one will fit into a tree. Okay, they all fit lovely. Right, see? Oh, perfect. See, that's it. But before you put them in, I've always worked it out. An X is at the top. And just to prove that it's not a lie. This is live, not mirror X. So there's your X, fits in nice, as you do last. So what you concentrate on, what I found, this is the bottom, so it should say A there, see? So you've got A matches A. So what I'll do next now is I'll glue that in. See, look at that, perfect. White glue it in, so you've got a chance to let it set. It takes 10 minutes, job done. That'll be in, so there you go. So imagine that all glued in solid. Then you've got to play with your stock tail stick, whatever you want to call it. Now you want to look at it, and you want to get it as close to the real thing. So what I've decided is, because there is a bit of metal that sticks down there, it's very cleverly done that. So what I'm going to do is, a bit of artistic license, once that's solid, I'll cut a hole out there, slide the bit of spruce straight up, or beech, whatever, spruce, up into there, and I'll solidify it inside a PVA in epoxy resin inside, it's never going to move. And on this particular model, I'm going to use a bit of SG wire, very small bit, run it down the back here, and that, so it, and drill it so it goes into there, and epoxy resin it in. Okay. Now, if you're really brave, which I'm not, you could make this a bit wider and get the curve. It's like it's on the picture, but to me, for this size of scale, 1:6 scale, I don't see the point. Okay, so that'll be there, and that'll be nice, and we'll just sand that to shape, and everything's hunky-dory, right? And that's what I'm doing next. So that'll all be finished. The rear end of the fuse will be finished to that bit. I'll go and do the top last. Do the top last, because basically you've got to get the tail plane on properly, and this is the stabilizer, as people call it. And we have to get, but then you've got to put all your formers on at the top. And my hand's running camera lady. Right. And that's the next job. But so that I'm concentrating on for today. I'm just going to do that. Okay. I don't think there's anything else. Is there? Look at me. I don't think there's anything else. Okay. Oh yeah, I suppose, looking at the fuse now, I've got all them in. Alright, I'm going to have to make the wires for the cabanes here. I've got the right word. Cabanes. So what, I'm going to do that in another video. And we'll slot them in to make sure they're all in properly, okay? So we should do that another day. Okay, but that's another day. Now, like I did say in another video, that the fuse is on this particular model is probably the hardest bit. And then also I've got to marry up the wing to the fuse the way I'm going to do it, because on this it just shows, I'll show you the plan now, if I can find it. Oh, there we go. So according to this, I've got a terrible code. According to this is how it looks there. So, which I'm trying to get it look as realistic as possible, the real plane, and these sticking out ain't going to look good. So I'm going to have a look around it and see how I can get around that. Okay? Otherwise, that's that. So, basically that's it. Okay. Oh, jeez, bloody cold. Right. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Those magnificent men.